The Sky Bet Championship crowned Leeds United as champions while Burnley joined them in the automatic promotion spot. However, this season was not kind to the newly promoted sides in the Premier League from last season as all three were relegated. So Dad and I's first challenge is to make sure we can avoid the drop as we take over these newly promoted clubs. But if we can't achieve that, our next task is to see where we can take our new teams. Because can we lift trophies with them? Maybe qualify for Europe, or even is it too much to suggest that we may challenge for a Premier League title? Well, here is your reminder of how the points work, and let's get right into it. Well, Dad, the championship season has concluded. We still don't know who's coming up in the playoffs with us, but using a real-life database, we know that Leeds and Burnley have gone up as champions, which we can see here. Sunderland have come up with us in the playoff as well. But you decided you wanted to be Burnley.
Yeah, I got a bad history with Leeds, and when I was a youngster, I went up to Leeds on tour with a football team, and I went to watch a Leeds game, and they stoned the bus I was in. So I've never liked Leeds. It had Plymouth written on the side, mind you. So
I mean, they celebrated their championship win in Plymouth.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
Jumping into the Barbican water, so
Yeah.
they're probably all poorly now because that is absolutely minging.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
But fair play. They enjoyed themselves while they were down here, and they had cracking weather for it. But yeah, you decided to be Burnley, which meant I am Leeds. So let's have a look then. You had a bit more of a transfer budget in season number 1 than I did. You have £37 million spent. Didn't need to sell any players. Actually, no, you have more players, because you have Mike Trezor coming in, but he was already a done deal.
Yeah.
So Max Lowe joined first off, left back that you've brought in from
Yeah, I was a little bit
Sheffield
weak on
Wednesday.
that side, so I brought him in to help me out. So yeah,
Rafa Majica.
yeah, I needed a better striker, I felt. So
And then we've got Patrick Berg.
yeah, good defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of like looking at the spine of the team now: striker, defensive midfielder, and then finally
Centre back.
a centre back. Good one
Luke
from Ipswich
Wolfenden.
as well. Yeah. So I've kept him in the Premier League.
Oh, you was going to say, yeah, because you would have gone out. So, tactically, you've gone for a 4-3-3 using a previous tactic that you had, because you've got a shadow striker in there, which is Amdouni, who looks quite good, to be fair.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
And you're locking in Esteve,
Yeah.
who doesn't go in there for some reason.
No, and he's a young lad, a very promising young lad. So I'm going to lock him in to start the, hopefully getting him better. And in 2 seasons' time, he's going to be really good.
Yeah. Looking at the team outside of that, obviously you've got Koleosho
Yeah.
on the wings. Again, only 19 years of age. Looks quite good. They've got quite a lot of good youngsters, because you've also got Bayer.
Yeah.
James Trafford, of course, in goal.
Yeah, good goalkeeper.
And then if you were looking at this, maybe it would be, of course, Esteve in there. Hannibal there as well, ex-Manchester United. Very good midfielder, cracking hair.
We know they've got a good defence and midfield because they only lost 6 games this season.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can carry that on in the Premier League. Well, I haven't changed too much, and I haven't got rid of anybody. So
All right.
hopefully I've just improved the team.
Well, we haven't played each other yet. Liverpool
Yeah.
was the first game of the season that you had at Anfield.
Champions.
The champions.
Yep.
Losing 6-2.
Yeah, got a bit of an eye-opening there, didn't I?
Yeah, Aston Villa also, but that's not too bad a result. They scored in the 94th minute. Finally got yourself a win against Brighton,
win.
but then lost to Newcastle.
Yeah.
Unlucky. And Alexander Isak hat-trick as well. Just to really rub it in.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So welcome to the Premier League.
Yeah, that's it. It gets worse. Wait till you see my results. Anyway, transfers. I didn't have that much of a budget. In fact, I don't really have any. So Patrick Bamford, I had to sell him to try and accumulate some kind of money. And as you can see, I brought in 2 players. That's it. That is all I had money to bring in, because you can see here my transfer budget of 11 million, but the wage budget is ridiculously high that I can't even obviously sign anybody else. I went and got a striker in Thomas Kavankara. To be honest, I didn't really have a lot of options either. I went for kind of like a pressing forward who's good in the air to give me options there. He's from the Czech Republic, very good in terms of mental attributes. I like the work rate and the teamwork. And then finally, I found a bargain in the Japanese league with Yota Maijima, who can play naturally on both fullback positions and looks quite good. Not amazing, but he looks quite good. Tactically, I decided to go with a 4-2-3-1, but with 2 attacking midfielders, and I'm going to lock in Willy Gnonto to play in that centre attacking midfield spot and allow, obviously, our striker to go up there. But I don't know whether he will play as many games. Willy Gnonto obviously goes straight in there, but there's other options in this team, the likes of Joe Perreault, who could get game time, as well as the guy that I've been playing, who has only got 1 goal in 5 games so far. So, not promising. And you can see the schedule. Yeah, we're bottom of the league. And we have scored 2 goals ourselves and then got 2 own goals. We've got Brendan Harrison and Kavarakana also scored a goal, but in a 5-2 loss. Epic start to the season. We're also knocked out the cup on penalties. We couldn't even score in that game either. So it's a fantastic start, and hopefully we can stay in the Premier League. This is the 5-year rebuild of 2 promoted sides, and obviously season number 1, we're going to try and do what all 3 promoted sides couldn't do this season: beat the drop.
Hopefully.
Definitely. Because, well, it ain't looking
We
good.
don't want to go down.
No.
That's not looking good, is it?
I think if we get anywhere close to being relegated, it's the sacking time anyway,
Yeah.
so which is not a great start. So let's see season number 1 whether that actually happens or not. Alright, season number 1. We both survived.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. 14th.
11th. I'll take 11th.
Definitely, yeah.
Woo.
You really survived, didn't you?
Yeah.
That was a pullback, wasn't it?
Especially considering where I was.
Yeah.
Now, 17 losses in total. Can't see any of you. There's Burnley.
Yeah.
So we did draw 1 game there. So I get a point of obviously for finishing above. Did I beat you though? I did. 2-1.
Yeah.
So that is 2-0 unless, well, we haven't won any cups because there's nothing next to our name. So that's nothing really to worry
I
about.
see Sunderland went down, so one of the 3 teams went down.
They did.
Yeah.
At bottom of the league with 12 points as well. Absolutely abysmal. Wolves went down with 36. And Bournemouth, of course, who do have a very good team.
Yes, they do, yeah.
So this is very much different to obviously what we're seeing in real life. Forest down in 17th, scraping it by a point. They were struggling this
Liverpool
season.
champions again.
Liverpool
Only
are
lost 4
back
games,
to
yeah.
back. 90 points, 6 points clear of Manchester City there. But, you know, we've done all right. We're not in any of the most goals or the fewest fewest conceded. On an 8th, I'll take that. That was good. So defensively, we were okay. But, yeah, in cup competitions, 3rd round by Luton, I was already knocked out of the 2nd round of the Carabao Cup, of course. Dad,
Quarter-final Spurs.
quarter-final in both.
Yeah. I'm happy with that. First season in the Prem, being beaten by 2 good Premier League teams as well, I think.
That's
So,
it, yeah. Is that rubbing it in because I didn't get beat by 2 good Premier League teams? Luton, not even in the Premier League, they're in League One now. Let's have a look at the statistics from this season. So the striker you brought in got 18 goals, 10 from Zeki Amdouni. But yeah, it's nothing special, but as we said, the priority is that you stayed in the league.
And I've done that, so they'll probably give me a bit more money, hopefully.
57 million.
Well, I'm happy with that. Wage budget's not there, so I'll lose a bit of that.
Yeah,
But,
nothing to be too grumbled
No.
about, is it? I mean,
Yeah.
you know, still about £50 million with an okay wage. You should be all right with that.
Yeah, I'm
you
happy
should
with
be
that.
fine. Let's take a look at Leeds United, though. What are we rocking over here? So we've got Joe Perreault with the top scorer of the season, who was the only one in double figures. 1 assist as well. He only played 24 games. Willie Nonto got 9 and 5.
How did you finish higher than me in the league?
Just, you know, very good victories, I
Yeah.
imagine, of 1-0s and stuff like that. Just being efficient. I think that's what we managed to do there. But my transfer budget for next season... Hello?
Hey.
Wow. I mean, wage budget a little bit, but... Ooh, 114. What has
million.
happened here then? We got a great balance. There is a bit of debt and loan in there. Was there a takeover of some sorts? We got rich finances. I mean, landmarks. No takeover. I don't know. Leeds fans. Are you secretly hiding loads of
Yeah.
money in your club? Because apparently we are mega rich and I've got over £100 million to spend next season. Well, I'll take that. I've also got a 2-0 lead going into season number 2 on the points. So let's see what happens in this transfer window. All right, Dad, season number 2. Made a couple of signings. Well, 3 signings in total for you.
Yeah.
Taking advantage of Wolves getting relegated and
Yeah.
signing Andre.
Good signing this for me.
£22 million.
Playing both positions, very good in both positions as well. So yeah, I'm happy with that signing.
Yeah, quite young as well.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, the other midfielder that they got, João Gomez, I was like, half got my eye on him. I put in an offer, it was accepted. I offered him a contract, and he rejected me. So, dead to me. Evan Gasson was another player that you signed, £7.5 million.
Yeah, I thought that was a good buy for this guy. Give me another striker, and his physical is very good as well.
But he's pacey, isn't he?
Yeah.
And then finally, Andrea Colpani. £25 million spent on a very good Italian centre-attacking midfielder.
That's probably my best signing out of the 3. You can play in 2 positions, but sitting in behind the 2 forwards would be very good, I think.
Yeah. He's very attacking, isn't he? Got good
Yeah.
flair and off the ball. Left-footed too.
Yeah.
And he's going to be playing on the left-hand side because of the change of tactic which will probably sit him right here.
Yeah, that's where I'm
In
hoping
that
to play
shadow
him.
striker role.
That's what I'm bought him for, to put in that position.
Esteve is locked in for another season because best 11 takes him out yet again.
Yeah.
But as you can see, you've got Kolpani, Foster and Gassan up front. Amdouni's in there as well. Berg and Andre in that centre midfield spot. It's definitely a better team than what you started off with.
Yeah.
But with Esteve, pretty much locked in.
He's
like
starting
that.
to look good as well, so yeah, I'm pleased with that.
Okay.
Bit of progress on him. Better midfield, I feel, going forward, and good striker up front. I'm looking forward to this season.
Well, schedule at the start, been alright. No wins.
So
in
much
the
looking.
league.
I started off with my friendlies quite well, then all of a sudden I started playing someone half decent, Florentina, and then it all went downhill.
Yeah. Nice draw to Chelsea, though.
Yeah, I mean, start of the season, nice home draw. Raheem Sterling, don't like him. He
No.
done a job on me. So
Evan Ferguson as well, one of your favourites, did score against you.
yeah.
In the Brighton game. Never mind. Let's have a look. Leeds United. I had a lot of money. How did I spend it? Well, I bought a Real Madrid player. Fran Garcia. You've probably never heard of him, but he's a
Real
left
Madrid
back.
player.
He's a Real Madrid player.
Yeah.
Fran Garcia. He's 26. I can believe he was 26. He only cost me £1.9 million. In fact, they look like they had him for ages. Loaned into Rayo Vallecano, then he signed with Rayo Vallecano, and they bought him back for 4.3. It makes no sense, this one.
No.
But anyway, he's now my player for £1.9 million. Adam Wharton, though, was an ex-player. I tried to go for João Gomez. Of course, he rejected me, so I went for Adam Wharton, who obviously Crystal Palace is still in the league. They just didn't play that many games. He just only played him 4 times, so I'm going to actually try and play him as much as possible, and hopefully he looks a little bit better than this in a couple of years' time. I did, though, get Mateus Cunha for 27 million. Now that is a bargain.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I've done some deadly stuff with Mateus Cunha recently in a video, and I hope that can continue because he's a quality player. Got a goal and an assist so far. He got 14 goals last season. That would have made him my top scorer by 4 goals.
Yeah. And he got relegated.
Exactly, yeah. Nico Gonzalez from Manchester City, which was one of their January signings. I got him for £28 million. So it's another midfield option. Didn't get that much, didn't get any game time at all. Nothing. So, yeah, giving him game time. And then I've got a couple of more players coming in that I really like. Sebastiano Esposito, I haven't signed him for a long time. In fact, none of the Esposito brothers has been picked up
No, they haven't been.
by us for a while. So here is one of them, the striker, who is not as good, I don't think, in the latter, in like recently compared to Francisco Pio, who's your favourite.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
But he's still good enough. I don't think I'll be playing him as a striker, though.
No?
We'll see. I also picked up Victor Hugo with the last bit of money that I got from Flamengo. 21 years of age. Cracking centre attacking midfielder option. Left-footed as well. The Brazilian. And he will go, hopefully, in there. Now, Esposito, I want to lock him into that centre attacking midfield spot. And let's give Willy Gnonto or Mateus Cunha a go up front instead. They've both got 2 goals from 2 at the start of the season in my new formation of a 4-2-3-1 narrow. Wharton as well, locking him in as a regista. Don't tend to use registas that much, but I'm going to give this one a try. It's kind of just a little bit of a fancier version of the deep blind playmaker, so we're going to go for it. Let's see what this the regista can do for us here at Leeds United. It's got us a win at the start of the season against Fulham, 4-1. But we did play Manchester City and Everton, who seem to be my bogey team, and also the mighty Stockport County, who have made sure that, yet again, for the 2nd season in a row, we don't make the 3rd round of the EFL Cup. Season number 2, then. We've started a little bit better than last season, but still not promising. Can we survive the drop? Let's have a look to see what the season preview says for us. Oh, it says that you would get relegated, but not me.
I'm used to being down there, though.
Yeah. I mean, Leicester, did they win a cup competition last season? Carabao Cup? They won the Carabao Cup in the Championship. Fair play, Leicester.
Yeah.
But yeah, Leicester, Bristol City, and Southampton were the 3 teams that come back up. So two came back up from the ones that
look
were
at the
relegated
rest of
last
the teams
season.
in that league. I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely try and do something about it.
All right, well, let's see if you can survive the drop in Season 2. All right, Season 2. What a season it is for Dirty Leeds.
Yeah, well done.
Come on, look at that. 6th place. Europa League football next year.
You had a bad finish
60
to the
points.
season
I did as well.
You'd have been a lot higher.
Yeah.
Oh, no, 9 points. You might have caught them. Yeah.
Arsenal finished above them. Easy. Newcastle, easy. You survived, though, Dad, quite comfortably as well. 14th place. 45 points. They always say, didn't they? 40 is the magic number. I think it's come down a lot in the last in few seasons. It looks like Man United's going to avoid relegation with about 33.
Spurs isn't far off.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, you're further down than we
Yeah.
are as we are recording this.
I mean, the 3 teams have gone down. West Ham and Fulham's big surprise, I must admit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And Southampton, so Bristol City survived the drop.
Liverpool, the team to beat again, weren't they?
Yeah.
In the league again, so.
You wait till next year. I'll have them.
Yeah.
Mateus Cunha, 18 goals. There we go. I needed a goal scorer. We've got one. He also had 7 man of the matches, which is the same amount as these 3 players here. 3 world-class players.
Definitely.
Yellow cards are dominated by Burnley players with one of mine in there as well. So you don't feel like you're missing out too much, all right?
Dirty Burnley.
Yeah, dirty Burnley. All of those yellow cards that you're picking up. Not too bad of a start there. Leeds United, how did we do in the Cups? Quarter-final this time round against Manchester United, so didn't win any Cups. Yourself, though, Dad, also got to the quarter-final.
Yeah.
And Bristol City knocked you out. Did they get to the final? Oh, it's a Manchester derby.
Oh.
But Manchester is red. Let's go. Lovely stuff. Let's have a look. Burnley, squad-wise, how did you get on? 19 goals from Evan Gasson. Not bad for the money that you spent on him.
Yeah.
My Enialuko math suggests that is a goal every game. 17 from Andrea Colpani, who got 17 in 42, so that's not bad at all from that shadow striker role. Looks like he was your best player this season as well.
Good sign.
I'm doing a little bit disappointing though. 8 and 8.
Yeah, I am a bit disappointed with that. So
especially considering Esteve got 8 goals from centre back.
Yeah,
and he's developing
I'll tell
quite
you what,
well.
I'm glad I locked him in. Yeah, he's starting to look good now, isn't he?
Yeah, the pace and strength and stuff, the physical attributes of him is phenomenal. Very good.
Yeah,
player.
I think he's going to be there for the duration of the challenge.
Yeah, unless I activate some release clause, might do that. I mean, the money that Leeds gave me last year, who knows? Patrick Berg seems to be getting quite good as well, so you've got some good options there now to build upon that team that you've got. How much money
Are they going to support
will
me
you
this time?
have? 33. I mean,
it's
it's better than a kick to the nads.
Yes. I mean, I think that's roughly where I'm going to be, around the 40 million mark. So with them, it's good wage budget as well.
Yeah.
So.
Let's have a look. Leeds United, squad-wise, 20 goals from Mateus Cunha, 15 from Sebastiano Esposito.
Good for a season.
Kind of hoping he had a wanted thing next to him. So I was thinking, £30 million. I only got him on a free transfer. Maybe next year, maybe locking him in. Mateus Cunha does, though, but I don't intend to sell him.
No.
£64 million. I would make a lot of money back. Adam Wharton, bit of development there. We got Adam. Yes, that's what happens when you give Adam Wharton some game time. So I'm happy with that.
Million.
God, yeah, he is. Nobody's wanting him, though, so probably won't cash that in. Willie Nonto's 72, 22 years of age. Still very good. Transfer budget. How much have we got for season number 3? 106. This is great.
Look at your wage budget as well. That's 200,000.
This is great. Loving this. All right. Well, let's have a look. We haven't seen the games against each other yet. I get another point there for obviously finishing higher. I lost 14 games. Did lose to you there.
Yes, got a point.
And drew against you as well.
Ooh.
Wow. All right. Well, let's have a look at the total points. Season 2 points are Omega Luke with 1, Dad with 1, meaning the total points going into season number 3 are Omega Luke with 3 and Dad with 1. Right, Dad, lots of players have left the club for you there. Built up quite a nice little budget for yourself.
Yeah, that's what I was mainly doing. I had an idea what I wanted to do and who I wanted to get in. So, yeah, I needed to get a few out.
Lyle Foster went for £20 million, £28 million for Hannibal as well.
Yeah, I just didn't feel I
Quite a lot of money.
It is a lot of money for what he is, because I don't like him, actually. So I wanted a bit better than that.
A few extra players have gone out. You started off bringing in Casper Dolberg for £25 million.
Yeah, deep line forward, that's what I was looking for. Quite good at it as well, so yeah.
And then we got a few more players coming in. Free transfer for Luke Thomas as a backup left back, I imagine. Yep. Eddie Salcedo for £18 million.
Another striker coming in, yep. So we know where we're going, or are we going to go that way?
Or are we?
Are we?
But another player from Fulham.
Yes.
Ex-Arsenal, Emil Smith-Rowe.
Right. He was at Fulham at the time, and he was... I do like this player, I must admit. I think in that position that he's there, that advanced attacking midfielder, or even a shadow striker, he is really good in that position, and he will get you goals as well.
Yeah.
So that was why I thought that was a good buy for, was it 34 million?
Yeah. I mean, he had that really good season in an Arsenal shirt. Yeah. I think that was the season that you had him on the back of your Arsenal shirt, if I remember rightly.
Unbelievable you are. I ain't saying anything until we see your transfer market. I know a couple of players that you've bought as well. So
Mohamed Abdulram has also joined from Newcastle for the centre-back position
it's
there.
More of a squad player, yeah.
Yeah,
but,
and Raul Bellanova for 31 million.
This will probably be my right back this season there. So
yeah.
Done well, really. I've strengthened the team and also strengthened the squad at the same time.
Okay, well, Tactically, we have changed ever so slightly.
Yes, just a little bit.
Locking in Esteve again because for
Yes.
some reason it's still, for the third year
Keeps
in a
putting him
row,
out, yeah.
doesn't put him in there. But Dolberg, Amdouni goes up front.
Yeah.
Colpani and Emil Smith Rowe. Nice little pair in there.
Yeah, I'm sort of
Not
pleased
looking
with
too
this, really.
bad.
No, I'm quite happy with that. Quite
Okay.
good. Yeah.
Well, Leeds. Deadline day. I hate it. Mateus Cunha, £58 million, has moved to Manchester City. How frustrating. He started the season quite well as well, with a goal and assist for me. And it's meant that I've had to, well, put in a bid for January because the window closed and I had then got 50-odd million pounds. So I've put a bid in for Takafeso Kubo to join me in January, so hopefully that goes through. He's not a like-for-like replacement. He's more of just an advanced playmaker because he's a lot slower, I guess. But better in other places. But other players that I have signed, I mean, I've even bought a Spurs player.
Here we go.
Unbelievable. £17 million because Spurs love to waste their money. They binned him off for 17 million after spending, what was it, like 50, whatever he was?
Yeah, I must admit, though, when I take over Spurs, I always get rid of him.
Yeah, he ain't that good on the game, is he?
No,
But
he ain't, no.
here, I don't know. You could do a job for me, I think. The finishing's there, the pace. That's what I'm looking for. Good off the ball, good work rate. That's what I'm looking for. As like a pressing forward
He's going to
type
score the winning goal in the Europa League final. I just feel
against you on this.
it. No.
He wasn't the first, or actually, he was the last signing. I've made a lot of signings this summer, and I've sold quite a few players. £33 million, Ethan Ampadu, to Everton there. So that was a lot of money going out, and it's allowed me to bring in more players. So Taylor Harwood-Bellis, of course, Roy Keane's son-in-law. So yeah, there was that joke, wasn't it? We've got Andrea Pinamonti, good striker, Italian striker, 6'2". Good, knows where the back of the net is as well. So we've got a couple of good strikers coming in now. Matteo Prati, another Italian. £45 million I spent on him. But yeah, I'm going to try and train him to be a bit more of a centre defensive midfielder because I think that's where we're going to go down the route eventually. Ruslan Litvinov, £12 million. I thought it was a bit of a bargain actually from Fulham. I think Fulham got relegated, didn't they? And that's where we've absolutely, we've absolutely decimated their players. Lezar Samardzic though, free transfer. So there's quite a few actually free
That's a bargain
transfers.
for a free transfer, isn't it?
Yeah, Boulay Dia, another free transfer, just good to have around the squad. Ser Nicola, a lot of Italians coming in now. Fragundo Medina, left-footed centre-back, very good player indeed, and it allowed me to sell Pascal Struijk, who I wasn't really given a lot of game time to anyway. Brennan Harrison's also gone for £14 million, so that was my transfer window. Quite a busy one, actually. I'm going for a 4-2-3-1 now, and you can see the missing position there from the last game I played of where Mateus Cunha was. Now, we do have backup, of course. Samardzic is not actually in there right now, so it will give him game time before, hopefully, Takafeso Kubo does join the club. But they got the likes of Willie Nonto, who can also play in there too. Sam Greenwood, they seem to favour him quite a lot. We should be all right. Schedule then at the start of the season hasn't been amazing. Dad beat me 4-0. That was with Mateus Cunha, who in that game had a 6.6. So not fantastic. Good 4-0 victory there for you, Dad. Got to be pleased with that one.
Really good, yeah. First game of the season to win 4-0.
Yeah.
I'm really pleased with that. Yeah, definitely.
Then I made the mistake of allowing Mateus Cunha to score against Manchester City, and that's when they stole him from me. I was 1-0 down, 1-2-1. Harwood-Bellis scored the win in the 93rd minute against his old club, because if we know, Harwood-Bellis was at Manchester City and Burnley, by the way. He was also at Burnley. Lost to Everton, so this is a roller coaster, isn't it? And then beat Wolves. So we are all over the place. I have no idea where I'm going to finish, down the bottom, down the middle, at the top. I don't know.
You can see 4 goals and you win 2-1. You
Yeah.
can see 4 goals and you win 2-1.
Crazy. Then I've got to play you again in the EFL third round.
Yes.
So we one of us will be getting 2 points for that, for knocking each other out of the cup competition. So, Dad, we already know one of your fixtures. What are the rest of them? They were even worse than me.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
1-4-0, lose 2-1.
Yeah.
Also lost 6-2 to Chelsea as well.
And then give out Everton and Amrin.
Yeah, give Everton an hammer and then lose 2-1. So,
Bristol City.
Bristol City.
What am I doing?
But as we know, you'll be facing me in the next round
Yeah.
of the cup. So that one will be interesting. Right, so the point's still... Any event is to play for, I think, but give me a batter and I need to get my revenge and knock you out of the cup, hopefully. So let's see if that happens and what happens in Season 3. Alright, Season number 3. Wow. Fair play, Dad.
I'm happy with that. What a finish that is.
Third place, considering a start of the season.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
That is not bad at all. Only Manchester City and Liverpool finishing above you there. I'm looking at the clubs going down, going, oh, I can raid Bournemouth now. That's all we've been doing is buying players from relegated sides, but there we go. All right, Kasper Dolberg, 23 goals. So that was a good pickup.
It's good buy that, yeah. Pleased with that.
Bellanova also got 16 assists, only behind Mohamed Salah. So 2 very good signings that you made this summer window.
Yeah.
Nothing next to me, which means I did not win any cups. You've got Champions League football next season. How did I get on? Oh, my God. Joking me. Runner up in the cup. And you knocked me out of the Carabao. Who bit? No!
Brilliant. Get in. Come on, your ends.
Those dirty, filthy rats. Show their face again. I
can't believe
How are they showing their face in a rebuild with Leeds and Burnley at the Parc des Princes as well? No wonder why. That's only down the road.
Yeah.
Oh, that is disgusting.
He did score in that game. Solanke.
Yeah, great. Yeah. Bit too late as well. Like, we were already 2-0 down. Would you believe it? That is absolutely priceless, isn't it? Well, league phase. It was us and Rent. I won 7 games, not too bad. Beat Rangers away from home. Speaking of Rangers, by the way, in Glasgow itself, I've actually got a wrestling match. Yes, in Scotland, making my debut for CPW. So it is on the July the 18th. I'll pop the poster up so you can have a look right there. You can get yourself some tickets. Come along, watch me in the Rumble. Yeah, it's a Rumble as well. It's going to be a fun show. Unfortunately, Dad can't make that one. A little bit too far of a drive.
Yeah.
But I'm coming up anyway. It's on July the 18th. Make sure you come along. Say hello. For all of you people in Scotland who've gone, oh, he always wrestles down the bottom end of the bloody... Now's your chance.
Yeah.
Now's your chance. Maybe I'll put a link at the top of the description if you want to come to get yourself some tickets. But yeah, great result there in the league phase. Unfortunately, round of 16 knocking out Olympiacos, quarter-final, final. I had a good run as well. Rennes knocked out Arsenal. Semi-final, Young Boys, well, they were beating Bilbao, who are used to losing semi-finals in European competitions. We are recording this on the day of the second leg. I'm feeling quite confident, but let's see how you did in the other competitions, because FA Cup.
My favourite cup.
Wow, fair play. Knocked out in the Carabao Cup by Manchester in the quarter-final, but then beat them.
Oh, on penalties, get in
the final of the FA Cup on penalties.
Good league finish.
Yeah.
Good FA Cup. Pleased with a good season for me then.
Knocked out Arsenal in the semi-final there.
Get in.
Quarter-final, Liverpool. Oh, you had a hard route there.
Yes.
Brighton 3-1 in the 5th.
Next Liverpool won the league, didn't they?
Yeah. And Palace in a replay in that one there. So, really good stuff. You had an unbelievable season.
Yeah, really pleased with that.
Games against each other, you lost 9, didn't lose to me, or draw. So you finished higher and won both and knocked me out and won a cup. You've gone from barely any points to all of a sudden I think you're running away with it.
Good season.
31 goals for Kasper Dolberg.
Good sign.
7 assists. 20 for Eddie Salcedo. 2 assists. 11 for Andrea Kalpani. And 7, not too bad at all. Transfer budget, £43 million, but no wage just yet. Right, Leeds. How do we get on? Other than, obviously, falling at the final hurdle in Europe. 19 goals. That's crap. That is really... Where's all the goals, lads? Like, this is... Mateus Cunha would have given me more. I'm worried that Sam Green was playing way too many games for how good he is. Takafasi Kubo did join us, and he played 4 games. That's mental. Was he injured? Lower back stress fracture. I mean, that would have technically, because he joined in August. He joined in January. That would have been the August.
Yeah, would have been.
Yeah, a couple of months later. I always lose players for long periods of time in August. That would have been his August. Impact from a fall. He's only 5'2". How's he done that? Crazy. Right, we'll have to sort of rebuild again next season. £53 million to do so. But let's have a look at the points. Season 3 points are Omega Luke with 0 and Dad with 8, meaning the total points now are Omega Luke with 3 and Dad with 9. All right, let's see how Dad is preparing for Champions League football with Burnley. Couple of big names went out, Amdouni being the biggest for nearly £50 million gone to Al Ittihad. But we've also got the likes of Evan Gasson going out and Ramsey for £10 million. He's brought in 3 players. 2 of them our Evertonian.
Yes, rated Everton this time.
Yeah, Dominic Calvert-Lewin for £51 million.
Felt that I just needed a top striker, so I got this guy in.
So you went for Dominic...
Mate, not many players wanted to come to Burnley. That was where I was having a problem, and he was happy with it, so
I mean, to be fair, he has got 6 goals in 4 games
there you
so
go,
far,
see?
so that ain't too bad.
Yeah.
James Garner,
And
£41 million.
this guy's obviously going to stop him from scoring against me, so yeah.
He's good.
I'll be playing him in the defensive midfielder role, though, so...
Yeah. Okay, and then Cameron Carter-Vickers, Celtic.
Yes, just
25
wanted to sort of like strengthen my centre-backs up. So
Yeah.
I got this guy in, yeah.
Ex-Spurs player he is as well.
Yes,
Did you
yeah.
know that?
Yeah, I
Come
did,
through
yeah.
the youth team, never
Yeah.
played, but there we go.
No, that's a shame. Yeah.
But that's the 3 signings that you made. Keeping the same tactic, just change one role.
Yeah.
The player or the pressing forward on
I
that
got Dominic,
side.
and so, I just wanted to change it to... That was his favourite sort of position, and so I just changed it to that, really.
Okay. Right, let's have a look to see what I've done. I've had a busy window, actually, because Sebastiano Esposito's gone, £24 million, back to Fulham. They're on a rebuild now, no? They've got no players left. Ilan Meslier, the goalkeeper, gone to Brentford, which is a big signing. Lazar Samardzic, only signed him last year on a free transfer. Sold him this year for £38 million. He did play 28 games. Did okay as well, actually, but I seen dollar signs and I went for it.
Good business.
Yeah, not too bad at all. So the signings that I'd actually brought in started off with Roberto Piccolo. I needed more goals, so £53 million went on this man here. I think he's good enough to replace Dominic Solanke as our main striker. Then we've also got Maxence Lacroix, or Lacroix, I never know how to say it, but £50 million roughly, 48.5 after he moved to Marseille. Obviously, he was at Palace at one point as well. Really good, and he's fast and strong, and that's what I like about him. Fast, strong, and aggressive. 6'3", good positioning on him, can pass. Got everything that I like in a good centre-back, I think. Obviously, I needed to buy a new goalkeeper. At Arsenal was Noah Atibolo, who we've used quite a lot, but he is fantastic.
He's a good keeper, yeah.
For some reason, Arsenal were happy to sell him. They played him
Surprised at
13 times last year. Yeah, he did concede 2 goals in every game, though.
Yeah.
2 clean sheets, but yeah, I signed him this time. Actually, you say that. He's also conceded 8 in 4 for me with 1 clean sheet. It's very...
So keep his two goals a game.
Yeah, it's very linked, this, isn't it, those statistics? But that's fine. And then we've got João Gomez. If you remember correctly, I said I tried to go for João Gomez, and he rejected me and went to Brighton. Well, I've got him now, and guess what? He's going to rot on my bench. £38 million. He has actually played a game, yeah. He come off the bench in the cup match, but there we go. That's my window done. Tactically, we're switching things around after the bad result of last season. A 3-4-1-2. I say bad. I did get to the Europa League final, which was quite good, but I did lose to Rennes. So best 11 pick looks like this. Solanke's still in the team, although he is injured right now. 10 days to 3 weeks. That ain't too bad. Frank Garcia's the same as well. But Takefusa Kubo back in the lineup, and that's what I'm enjoying seeing right now. Nico Gonzalez and Wharton have kind of locked down that midfield, and I'm enjoying that midfield as well. Got a few little English players sprinkled in there, as well as obviously other nationalities that we have brought in. So, exciting stuff at Leeds United. But we started off the season with a loss to Aston Villa, another loss to Newcastle, but we have beaten Leicester, we have beaten Fulham, and we've also knocked Burton Albion out of the 3rd round of the Cup, as well as Hull City. We haven't played each other yet, but we've got each other very soon.
Yeah.
Let's have a look and see how you started, Dad. You won the Community Shield, beat
Yes.
Liverpool.
Oh, happy with that.
Yeah,
Good
not
start
too
to
bad.
the season.
2 draws then.
Thought everything was going to go well then, but I mean, 2 draws. City and Chelsea. Still happy after beating Liverpool as well.
Yeah. Lost to Liverpool 4-2, but
Yeah.
it is at Anfield. Ipswich, though, you got the game of the season.
Yep, definitely already.
And where we went, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he's got 6 goals in 4 games. There's 5 of them. So...
Told you he's a top striker.
Yeah, 5 goals in 1 game
And
against
James Garner
Ipswich.
came up and scored for me as well.
He did, yeah. So there you go. And Luke Wolfenden scored against his old club.
Yep, there we
And guess what? So did Ivan Gasson, because that's who you sold him to.
Yeah.
An unbelievable fixture that is. The story and narrative around that, unbelievable. Wolves, a nice little 4-1 win against them
pleased with
as
that one
well,
as
to go through to the 4th round of the Cup. Champions League fixtures, Dad. You got... I was going to say you got some nice fixtures. First one is Nice. Lyon is also there, Bayern Munich, Juve, Celtic, Lazio Milan, Atletico Madrid.
It's a good group. It's a good group. So not sort of like thinking I'm going to go anywhere in this.
No?
No, I think this is more of a just experience, really, more than anything. I'd like to think
Money.
I'd like, yeah, it's money. That's what it's all about, isn't it? In
Yeah.
the Champions League. I don't think I'll get to the semi-finals or quarter-finals. I'd just like to think I can get to the knockout stages if I could.
Yeah, I reckon you got at least 3 wins in there. Then you
Yeah.
just need one lucky result against
That's right,
one
yeah.
bigger teams. You
Yeah.
might be all right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like the home games. You're looking at Lazio at home. Hopefully, I could win that.
Yeah.
Atletico Madrid. Oh, it's one of those, isn't it? They're really hard to beat at home at
Yeah.
their place.
Yeah.
So if you're going to play them, you want to play them at your place. So that's a good chance there.
Yeah, that's it. Is it still?
Is he still there?
He is still
He's
there.
still there.
Diego
Look.
Simeone is still there. Horrible bloke. Right, anyway. Season number 4. Daz took a monumental lead here. Can he keep hold of it? Let's find out. All right, well, this time it's Leeds United's chance to
Yeah.
get themselves into the Champions League. What a performance! 4th place. The 3 at the back system has well and truly worked. I'm in kind of a league of my own, look, because I'm 10 points behind Man United in 3rd, but I'm also 9 points ahead of Everton.
Yeah,
Everton's done well there.
you finished
in
quite
5th.
comfortably,
That's all that
yeah.
money that you give them for Ghana and
Yeah,
Dominic
that's right,
Calvert-Lewin.
yeah.
Finished down in 8th, Dad. Got European football next season. You
Yeah, I'm pleased with that.
scrawny little.
Still a little
Got
bit
it
of money.
dropping into Europa
Yeah.
Conference League. I know your
Picked
game.
it by a point as well. Look.
Yeah, Fulham's come back up, gone back down. Look. Same as Brighton, actually. Brighton's
Yeah.
gone down this season. Profile of the league. Look at that. The Golden Boot winner is Roberto Piccoli with 33. Dominic Calvert-Lewin got 23 as well, but remember, 5 of them were in one game against
Yeah,
Ipswich.
that's right. Yeah, he's the highest average rating,
He
though.
did. Yeah, when you scored 5 in 1, that's 10. That's going to bump your average up quite a bit, isn't
Yeah,
it?
definitely,
I
yeah.
bet he only scored in 4 games this season. But Roberto Piccoli also had the most man of the matches with Erling Haaland. Dominic Calvert-Lewin had 7, so that's not too. He scored only in 7 games.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Rasmus Christensen with 13 with alongside Adam Wharton, who also got 12. Past positions on this one, I found that. All right, so we were quite close at some points, but he did drop off ever so slightly.
I mean, you had a good second part of the season. You
Yeah.
just stayed there, right? Like you said, you were 10 points behind, 9 points in front.
Yeah.
So you could have been losing and winning, but just staying there. Innit?
Match 17, I was in 4th, and I
Yeah.
did not move
It's good.
until match day 38.
Yeah, it's
What
good.
a boring season we had, Leeds United fans. Jesus. But we'll take it because it's Champions League football next season, so we'll definitely take it. Victories against each other. I lost 10 times. There isn't a loss there against Burnley. Or a draw, which means I won both of the fixtures against you. Get in. So that's 3 points straight away. 1 for finishing higher, 2 for the victories. We'll take that. Added on to... No, nothing. Never mind.
Get in Tottenham. Yes.
And Everton, who seem to be really good now with all that money that they got. The
Lost
80 million
lost their
pound.
best players, and they still done well.
Yeah, best players, he says. Burnley, did you win anything else? Or how did you do in that Champions League knockout playoff round by Fenerbahce?
All right.
Quarter-final
Not too
by
bad.
Tottenham in the Carabao, 4th round by Liverpool
Knocked out by
in
2
the
good
FA
teams
Cup.
as well, didn't I? Yeah.
4-3, so it was a close one.
Yeah.
It was a close... Bloody Rennes is still in there, look. If they'd gone on to win this, I'd be gutted. Where did they lose? They lost to PSG. Oh, they took a Tonkin.
Yeah.
8-1. Have that. That's been necessary, isn't it?
Yeah.
League base, 17th. Take that.
Oh, yeah, I'm pleased with that.
3 wins. Atletico, you done them.
Yes. And Lazio.
Home games.
The home game's done it, yeah.
Yeah.
There it goes to show, doesn't it?
Drew 2 in France.
See,
Enjoyed going to France, didn't you?
Yeah.
2 draws in
It's
France.
a nice place.
Yeah, yeah. For a Lyon down, Leon. 3 losses though against AC Milan. Juve
that's the games
did enjoy going to Italy. That's the
No.
thing.
That's the games I expected to lose, so
Yeah.
I've done well there, really.
Yeah, gotta be happy with that. Goals 30 for Dominic Calvert-Lewin this season.
Top striker.
Let's check the reports and see how many was in each game. No, he was scoring. Oh, there's a hat trick, look.
Yeah.
Against Norwich. Yeah, it's only against crap team. He loves good East Anglia, look.
Yeah, that's,
Ipswich and Norwich, they love facing them. But yeah, that's not too bad. 19 for Eddie Salcedo. Emil Smith Rowe getting 12 and 11 as well. Luke
Yes.
Thomas played a lot more games than what I thought he
yes,
would.
did you?
He got 11 assists. James Garner got 14. Bellanova got 13.
I mean, James Gardner getting 14 assists. That's
Yeah.
pleased with that signing.
And your other
So
centre
the
defence
2 Everton
midfield.
guys did well for me, really.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Patrick Berg got 15
Yeah.
assists. Okay, your transfer budget for the last season, Dad, 49 million. That's
Pleased
a
with
good
that.
amount.
Yes.
Leeds United, let's see, got 40 goals in 44 games for Roberto Piccoli,
Very good.
which means with the 6 assists, more goal contributions than games. Rasmus Christensen's done quite well, I can see from the numbers there. I'm just disappointed that nobody else managed to get 10 goals.
Yeah.
Like, that is poor. Adam Wharton's done quite well, especially considering he only played 26 starts. And we've got £60 million to try and catch you up in that final season. And why are we going to catch you up? Well, let's have a look at the points. Season 4 points are Mega Luke with 3 and Dad with 0, meaning the total points going into Season 5 is Luke with 6 and Dad with 9. Alright, season number 5. We've sold a couple of players. Willie Nonto has left the club. Farewell to Little Willie. Hopefully he does well in the rest of his endeavours. Ryan Aït-Nouri, £28 million from Ipswich. Good left wing back. I felt like I had Fran Garcia there. His attacking ability is not amazing because he can't cross and can't dribble.
No.
He was just very good defensively. So I've bought somebody who's good at both. We've also got Sekou Mara. I lacked goals last season other than Piccoli. So Sekou Mara, £23 million. Cracking haircut. Comes in, can beat the offside trap. Hopefully he can do a job better than what Dominic Solanke did last season. And then we sold another £6 million worth of players, including Joe Rodon. Joe Linton on a free. Great signing. Then, guess what? Fractures his lower leg in August.
Happens to every time you met him.
Every time. Restes, though, good goalkeeper backup. And Julian Araujo, £14 million. I've improved both of my fullbacks in this summer window, mainly because it's such an important role in a 3 at the back formation. We're locking in Sekou Mara because he doesn't get in and it still picks Dominic Solanke. I don't know what drugs my assistant's on, but yeah, we don't want to see that. We want to see Sekou Mara up front with Roberto Piccoli and Kubo in behind. So other than that, I'm very happy.
You'll regret it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. That's my lineup and how we look. Let's see what you're doing, Dad. So, you sold Kasper Dolberg, which I'm quite surprised with, for £35 million to Everton.
It was a good price for a 30-year-old.
Yeah.
So I just thought, yeah, I'm going to go for that. I had an idea.
He dropped off last season.
Yeah, he did, yeah. And I had an idea of a player that I wanted to get in, and I managed to get him as well.
El Yawahi.
Yes, very good.
Likes to beat the offside trap.
Yeah, it's everything you sort of brought into me and told me what I should be looking for. This guy's got it.
Yeah. Bought him a Frankfurt. Hit the ground. Oh, no, he hasn't. Carlos Baleba. Guess who got relegated last season?
Brighton.
It was Brighton. I've had my eye on Baleba as well because he is quality.
Yeah, I looked at him 2 seasons ago and I couldn't afford him at the time.
Yeah, I was exactly the same. He was like 70, 80 million,
yeah,
wasn't he?
He was, yeah.
But this time round, £49 million release clause for getting relegated, and he's come in.
I was pleased with that. Good signing.
Yeah. Then we have also sold Andre Dad for £32 million, but of course you just replaced him.
Yeah.
And you've brought in...
Szymanski.
Nailed it.
Yeah, got there in the end.
Yeah. All the Polish people watching is going, boy, very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Szymanski, I think that's close.
Probably, yeah.
He joins the club as more of an
he might not go into my starting 11, but he's definitely going to be there or thereabouts if I get an injury.
Well,
but he has gone in there.
Let's see if he does.
Yeah,
Your best 11 pick,
yeah.
he does go in there
yeah,
right
I'm pleased
now.
with that. That's why I wanted him.
Yeah. So
yeah,
obviously you got
that.
Andrea Colpani, who's done quite well for the last few years.
Yeah.
So there's options. That's the main thing. But
I've got a hell of a sweat on them, mate.
I was just gonna say, who's noticed something here? As we, by the way, go into the Season 5 crew. Thank you very much for sticking around. Let us know if you made it to the Season 5 crew. Who in the Season 5 crew noticed something?
Yes, I've got a big sweat. I'm not feeling very well, mate. I didn't sign a goalkeeper.
For 5 years.
I didn't even look for one.
Man, I'm so proud of you.
Didn't even look for one.
No, James Trafford. He must have gone, oh no, I've got Dad as the manager. I'll be out the door in Season 3.
In Season 2,
I was going to say he's unhappy at the minute.
In Season 2, he was missing without leave at the beginning of the season, and I thought I'm going to lose him now. And he was unhappy, and I managed to sign him again for Season 3. I was just quite happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, Aaron Hunt had a chat with him. That's what it was.
yeah.
Say, come on, Traff.
So my 2 goalkeepers, I was quite pleased with it at the beginning of the season, and I thought, if I can keep them 2, I'm not bothered to look for a keeper, and I didn't.
Etienne Green. It doesn't... I can't remember if the story was right, because obviously he came from Saint Etienne, which I think Etienne, isn't that green or something? So it's like green. Wasn't that the story?
Oh, when it
I can't remember what it was.
No, it was something to do
with his mum, wasn't it? Yeah.
Was she called Green before she got married or something?
Yeah,
like that?
something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. But yeah, Etienne Green was the backup goalkeeper as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe that. And this is the same tactic from Season 3.
Yeah.
Just with one little tweak.
Yes.
So no tinkering, no goalkeeper buying.
No.
Did get a couple of Arsenal players in there, but that, you know,
I'm a changed man.
can't go completely teetotal.
No.
If you had to lose a couple,
I'm on my water now, so
Yeah.
I'm
if you had to lose a couple of them, it's those two. I gotta keep signing Arsenal players. But there we go.
I went away on holiday, sat down in some bed, just thinking about my tactics and signing keepers and thinking you were silly.
Yeah.
Come back, bang, done it, look.
If only someone had been telling you for the last 2 years that we've
know.
been doing these videos.
I know. I might have been such a better player than what I am.
I blame you guys in the comments because you
Yeah.
never tell Dad to do
No, you
stuff
don't.
like that.
No, you don't.
No,
No.
never. You never give him advice saying, Dad, stop buying stupid squad players and just buy better players. Never. None of you ever do that, and that's all your fault. That's down to you. You always say you want Dad to win, but you never got his best interests at heart of you with the advice that you give him. Anyway, Dad, great start of the season. You lost 3-1 to Leeds.
Whee!
Yes, who scored as well? Dominic Solanke.
Sign.
Southampton, though, you beat them 2-0. That was a good result there.
Yeah.
You got Ross County. Fair play, Ross County, getting into the Europa
Well done.
Conference League
Yeah.
qualification stage.
Sorry about the result, but
Yes,
well done.
6-1. Drew to Liverpool.
Good start in the Premier League.
Yeah, then Drew to Ipswich.
Yeah.
Bad start.
Yeah.
Liam Delap equalised in the 91st minute.
Yeah.
And then you knocked
I
out
nearly
Millwall.
bought him as well.
Yeah, you
seasons
did
ago.
actually, yeah. Then you knocked out Millwall 2-1 in the Cup. So you got Europa Conference League. You got to be fancying yourself in this competition.
Got to be one of the.
surely.
Got to be one of the favourites in that.
You got Maribor. I mean, I would never. Slovenian team here,
Yeah.
Silj. Again, I've never even heard of them either. Slovakia, so Slovenia, Slovakia. If you got to go
Atalanta,
there, you've
that's
got
gonna
to
be-
go to Slovakia.
Yeah. That's an hard
Atalanta, I reckon that would be the most difficult team in there.
Yeah.
Then we got Ammonia, which is Cyprus. Yeah, like a meaning with
Well
ball
done.
knowledge.
Yeah.
Levski Sofia, do you know?
Russia?
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria?
Bulgaria.
Sorry if there's any fans from there.
Yeah, they're like, what? Maribor? Do you remember where Maribor
Yes, I
is?
do, yeah. Well, I don't know. I can't remember where they are.
Slovenia?
But is it?
Yeah, so you got 2 Slovenian sides in there. Europa Conference League, let's look at the teams that are in there. I reckon you should be one of the favourites there. Lons is in there, Freiburg, AZ Alkmaar sometimes. But yeah, I think Atalanta is probably the most...
FC 20's down there?
Yeah.
Ghent's down there?
But in terms of like clubs that should give you a go,
Atalanta's got to be.
Atalanta's the hardest in
Yeah,
there.
definitely.
Fixtures for myself, obviously we know about the Burnley win, but then I drew to Arsenal. They scored in the 94th minute. That's very frustrating.
Love a late goal.
And I lost to Manchester. Look at you celebrating Arsenal. Told you. Told you I. Eh? Manchester United lost to them. They need the help.
This is a big season for me now. I'll take anything.
Yeah, all right. Crystal Palace, nice little 4-0 win against them. Then I knocked out Brighton in the Cup. Champions League, though, of course. My first season in the Champions League. First season for Leeds in the Champions League since the 2000. Oh, no.
You got no chance in this one, have you?
Rents. Again. All right, revenge. Right, I've got a goal there as well, so that's
Ooh.
going to be fun if I come out alive. Liverpool away from home at Anfield. It's not really an away fixture in Europe,
No,
is it?
no.
God. Leipzig, though, and Bayern Munich. Got to go to Rome. That'll be quite a fun one. I don't know, but Club Brugge, Slavia Prague, Young Boys, I reckon, yeah, we can easily get a win there. That's an 8-0 win for Leeds all day long, and then that's four wins to qualify. So this should be easy. I should be lifting the European Cup for Leeds United. Season
Done
5,
and dusted.
then. Yeah, let's get it because I've got a bit of catching up to do. Season 5, it's all to play for. Thank you very much for getting here, Season 5 crew. Let's see what happens. Well, final season. Oh, you beat me by, what, 4 points in terms of position? God, that's frustrating.
Extra point.
That is an extra point.
Oh, I had an awful finish to the
But
season, look.
You did.
Oh.
You did. Now, losses. Oh, I beat you one there. Didn't draw against each other. 13 losses, and you're not on there. I might have beaten you both times. Well, profile of the league, let's have a look. Piccoli down in 17 goals now. That was 30 last season. That's mental drop-off. That's really the only name on there. Ait Nori at 10 assists as well.
Yeah.
Unless you count Esteve's yellow cards.
Yeah.
I mean, what about past positions? We were quite close to each other. Oh, that is devastating. I've dropped off so much, and you picked me at the end there. It looked like somebody's put a mirror in between the line there.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
If you put a mirror on number 8,
Yeah.
position 8, and we've just switched over. That is so frustrating. Never mind.
That could be the winning point for me.
That genuinely could be. All right.
be, yeah.
It's all right though because I've gone on and won the Carabao Cup.
Oh, no.
The Carabao Cup might have saved me. 3 points added for the Carabao Cup. Beat Arsenal in the final as well. Get in, you Gooners. Hey, always next year, as they always say for you. Piccoli got a 90th minute goal, which made it impossible for them to come back. We'll take that. Lovely stuff. Third round by Man United. Quarter-final of the Champions League. Hey, I'll bloody take that.
That's good. You would have earned a bit of money for
Yeah,
that.
that ain't too bad. Lost 2-1 in the quarterfinals. League phase then. Oh! Oh, I've lost one game. That ain't good.
Oh, come on, friends.
Oh, no, that is not good.
Oh.
That's the easiest one I had. That is the easiest game
was
I had.
at home as well.
7 wins. Oh, just smashed everybody. Went to Rennes, beat them 3-1. Can't believe I conceded.
You even beat Liverpool.
Yeah, beat Liverpool, Leipzig, Bayern Munich. Look at that. That was unbelievable. I've never seen that coming. Which meant I skipped the playoff round. Knocked out Atletico Madrid. Have that, Simeone. Hey, you and Rennes can get in the bin. Quarterfinal is where I eventually ended up. Who went on to win it? Inter Milan, I think. Yeah. Got beat by the finalists. So, or the winners, even.
That's good.
Not too bad at all. But have I gone on and won this? Well, we can see on my schedule now, there's one of the Premier League wins that I had against you there. Is there another one? I knocked you out of the cup.
Oh, no.
That's another 2 points. Oh! I might have pinched it because there's the other win that we had at the start of the season.
So I finished higher, so I was 4 points ahead.
Yeah, so off the top of my head, I had 3 points for winning the cup, and then I've had 4 points from beating you and knocking you out of the cup. And you had 1 point, of course, for finishing higher. So I had 7 points to your 1. At the minute, I am winning, but you are in a competition with only one other good team in there. How did you do? Oh,
Yes!
get out!
Get in! You little beauty.
You sporty! That shouldn't even be a competition.
Of course it is.
The Mickey Mouse Trophy. Typical Spurs fan celebrating the Mickey Mouse Trophy. The Europa Conference League win against Dynamo Kiev in the final. Would you believe it? All right, well, league phase, 1 or 6. So there we go. Only conceded 3.
Atalanta 3-0 done.
Yeah. Round of 16 knocked out OB, which is the Norwegian club. Quarterfinal, or Danish, sorry. I've got to check this now because I don't want to get it wrong. It is Danish. The quarterfinal then knocking out Apoel. 8-0 as well, that one. At this point, though, Atalanta's gone.
Yeah.
Semi-final knocking out Genk 6-1 from Belgium to face Dynamo Kiev, who convincingly beat Brøndby in their semi-final as well, to lift European glory for Burnley, which means you probably gone on and won this. So let's have a look at the final points. Season 5 points then is Omega Luke with 7 and Dad with 6, meaning the total points is Omega Luke with 13 and Dad with 15. Well, there you go, Dad. 13-15 victory.
And my striker was the leading goal scorer of the league as well.
What, 23? He scored a fair amount of goals. Good win, that one.
Yes.
Enjoyable.
Back into winning ways again.
Yeah, you haven't won one for a long time,
No, I
actually.
haven't. I was getting a bit worried there, really. They
So-
only give me 23 million. I just won the European Cup from.
Yeah, well, you don't have to worry about that. That is for anybody who wants to take this
Yes.
over on the Save Game file.
Yeah.
You can get yourself that on patreon.com/Omega Luke Gaming, or, of course, on the YouTube channel membership page. And you've probably watched the video earlier than anybody else if you are a YouTube channel member, because that's one of the perks as well that I can offer you. Thank you very much to everybody who supports us, and thank you if you are part of the Season 5 crew or Season 5 club. Thank you very much, and let us know down in the comments section. And of course, if you're wanting to come along and watch me wrestle for CPW up in Scotland, it's just outside of Glasgow in Govan, I think. I'm probably saying that wrong. Govan. I'm sorry, but I will learn how to say it before I get there. But there's some big names wrestling-wise who are on that. Ravy Davey, of course, is going to be there. Brendan White, Bronco Brendan White, he's there as well. There's Connor Mills. There's some great wrestlers, and somehow I'm on the card as well. So come watch me launch some people out in the Rumble if you can, and we'll see you next week for another video. Bye-bye.